See, I think I just added a new audio capture, so never had to do this before. It's working now? Is it working now? Is that all I had to do? Yay! We have sound. Amazing. Okay. So I think what happened was what I was saying when you couldn't hear me was that I had to change my layout because I had it set for two people. And I think what I did was delete my audio input capture when I was changing everything around. So it's on me. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, Chris and Pei and Samantha and Mark and Karina. It is lovely to see you all. I'm glad this is functioning and I didn't have to just run off with my tail between my legs. How are you all doing today? On this, well, here it's a very frosty Saturday. It gets confused, not you. I don't know. I think it's me. I'm pretty sure I deleted my audio, which is definitely a me problem. Let's see, what else did I say while I was silenced? I said, oh yeah, today I'm still working on my query, which is to say I'm not actually working on my query yet. I'm working on a synopsis for my query, and I'm not even working on the synopsis yet. I'm working on the notes leading to the synopsis. I've been trying to do this all week. It's been a it's been an adventure. Let me know what you're all working on today, and we will get into it shortly. Frosty, of course it's frosty there too, Mark. We're in the same city. I was looking out my window and doing good in Winnipeg. Yeah, I mean if you're doing good in Winnipeg, that's really good because it's hard to do well in Winnipeg. I think it's you guys had a like massive blizzard there last night. Trying to squeeze out words. Okay, well maybe the sprints will help. I hope they will. They tend to. They tend to. They make you just sort of like zero in on what you're doing. But I have a view of the mountain out my window, and it's just like it's white and frosty. It's so pretty. I wanted to take some good photos of it, but it's hard through the screen, and I also have plastic because my building doesn't like to turn the heat up, and it makes our apartment really cold, etc., etc., etc. Procrastinating. I yeah, I also finished listening to my 2020 NaNoWriMo story read back to me in full. I just finished this morning. And yeah, I had to remind myself of it a lot. And that's the thing with writing the synopsis. I have to get everything in order. And I'd forgotten that I moved a bunch of things around in my last edit. So I'm just recentering and figuring out what exactly I wrote. And then I'll be able to write my synopsis. But, oh, I just realized I don't have my commands up, so I actually remember how to use the timer. Okay, here we go. Gonna reset it. Running a bit late because of my audio issue, and so if you are all ready, I think we're gonna get into some sprinting. Continue and finish a short story. Excellent. I had a plan to do short stories this year. And I've been reading some amazing short stories by my last week's co-host who is in the chat. They're very inspiring, so I'm hoping to get to those, but so much stuff to finish first. It's a never-ending to-do list. I'm going to get us going though, and let's just hop into our first sprint, see how we all do, and check in 15 minutes. Working on making coffee. I I'm back on my bullshit. Weekends only though. That's the plan. Weekends only. All right. Let's get sprinting, everyone.
And I'm not sure about that, but I have to have it put the new call as soon as possible. I can't remember, I'm sick. Anyway, give me a bit.
How are you doing? Going back to on. Right, back to
Well, that was a chaotic sprint. Hello, Morgan, and thank you. I have an entire closet full of wigs, so it makes it very easy for me to change my hair at will. Today just felt like a blonde day, since everything else was paler than I usually go for. I'm actually shocked at myself that I'm managing with this corset still. I thought only a few minutes in and I'd be tearing it off, but it seems I'm doing all right. Thank you, Chris and Mark, for helping me troubleshoot. So clearly something happened with my audio since, like, between last Saturday and today. I don't know, because I don't remember deleting any of my sources, but I guess I deleted my sources, but I guess we're doing okay now, I hope. Because of all my troubleshooting, what did I get done in terms of writing? 166 words. It's better than nothing, right? Blonde. That could be it. This is why everything's not working. Sorry to anyone here who is naturally blonde. How are you not dying with the corset? I used to, so when I was running my art event in Winnipeg, which is quite a long time ago now, I basically lived in these because my partner lived in them, and she taught me how to do that. And it's been a while, but I'm getting back into it. But I think my ribs must still be like, ah yes, we remember this. 350, well done. What a morning. I've been having a terrible time with technology, just in general. I think I talked about my hard drive last week, or it might have been on Discord. Everything's a blur. Basically, my hard drive with everything, like, what was it, 1.2 terabytes of my life. I was in the midst of moving things around, and while everything happened to be on just one hard drive with no other backups, I was rushing to get something ready in time for eating dinner and like putting a TV show on my laptop in the living room. And I had it plugged in and it slid out of the cable and fell on the carpeted floor, only like a foot, but that was enough. And I had to take the thing into a data recovery place. And now I'm paying $1,300. So everyone who uses external hard drives, be careful. Don't drop it. Either you will lose everything that's on it or you will have to pay a bunch of money, which I mean, I didn't expect considering the thing was like $75 to buy, but there's man hours in the lab and etc., etc. Lesson learned. That's where I'm at. But the good news is I did find out that they recovered all of my data except like 5 folders and they weren't anything important. So that was fine. It's fine. We're used to that over here. Okay, we are. Oh man, yeah, we are late with the sprints today, so I guess we will hop right into the next one. Now that everything's working, I won't just be sitting here dancing on my own while I write. You can all listen to some music too. Let me just reset our timer here. Ready to go? Yeah, it is a huge relief. It's a huge relief. And like thinking about how much is in there, it's worth spending to get it back. And I'm going to be very careful with all of my backups moving forward. Let's yeah, save. I do. It was like, it was this window where I had just moved everything from all these old laptops and stuff that I had onto the drive, and I was like, perfect, it's all organized on here, and now I can start my new save system, my new backup system. It was like a process of migrating everything, and it was right in that moment where everything was only in one place. Yeah, too many things on my to-do list. Way too many. Let's get into this next sprint and get some of my to-do list done.
Oh my, this is a noisy world. So wrapped up in numbers in our society, and the most important thing is that we're able to be one to one, you and I, with each other at the moment. That's what's important.
was a less stressful sprint session. Also, I vote we start a petition to bring back floppy disks. Just feel like they were more reliable somehow. Check my word count here. What was I at last time? 166. 379 this time. This synopsis is supposed to be 3 pages long, and just my notes are at 5 pages. I think I'm gonna have to go through and put everything in bold that's the most important, and then string that together nicely. That's the plan. How did everyone else do? I think I also need a lot more caffeine. I was up at 6:30 this morning for some reason. I don't know, I was just buzzing. I had energy because I went to bed with a lot of energy, and except it's like I'm awake, but I'm not functioning properly. But I can't sleep. 3:38. C'est bon. Ooh, press releases. What kind of press releases? Are they for your work, or are you doing it for someone else? Seems the theme today is not quite writing, like non-creative writing, right? Yeah. There's a 6:30 on Saturday mornings. Oh yes, oh yes. I tend to get up really early, whether I want to or not, but I try to at least aim for 7 or 8. Today was 6:30. I don't know. Colored book. Is that like along the lines of a coloring book, but colored in? That's what I would think. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, that is life. Awake but not functioning. Yeah. Definitely hit on a key point of existence there, I guess. But that's what caffeine's for. Although sometimes it just makes me even more out of it and doesn't help, but I'm here. Hello, Jonathan. How's your afternoon going? We are about to head into our 3rd sprint, running like 5-ish minutes late because I had a lot of technical difficulties, but we're here now. It's working. Oh, colored comic. Okay, cool. Excellent. I need to get started with my prep for Fan Expo, which better still be happening. I'm gonna have a fit if it's not happening in Calgary. Very, very, very excited for this trip. I just ordered new business cards, but I have to do book covers because I'm selling sort of zine versions with like previews of my work. That's one of the things that I'm going to be doing, and also promoting another project that I'm working on. What was I saying? Just tuned out. Yeah, no more 6:30 a.m. for me on Saturday. I will go back to bed next time. Instead, I got up and I started reading. So, as to not delay this next sprint too much, keep us on time, I'm gonna hop right into it. So I'm just gonna reset our timer here. I'm so glad we have music again. Photoshop Grindfest. Oh yeah. GoFundMe's pretty good for comics. I've been surprised. GoFundMe and Kickstarter, I've seen a lot of graphic novels get funded that way. So I feel like you would probably be successful. Okay, let's get into our sprint though. Try and finish these synopsis notes. Third sprint is down. I'm almost finished my notes. So close. I think it's probably going to wind up on 6 pages. Let me just check my... Which honestly, I think that's okay. So I just need to cut it in half. I should be able to do that, right? Words, 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 words. $488 for that one. Yay. Today is a day. I don't know why. How did everyone else do that round? What am I working on? So I finished my my edit of my 2020 NaNoWriMo novel, and now I am working on query letters and stuff for publishers. So I'm trying to do a 3-page synopsis, which one publisher is requesting, but I have to do notes beforehand to like outline everything that happens in the story. It's like the pre-synopsis synopsis. That's what I'm working on. Or, yes, also words, words, words. 288. That's good, though. Are you doing, like, more revision, or are you doing, like, creative writing? Because I find 288 is definitely good if you're not doing revision. I long to get back to creative writing. Long for it. It's been a couple weeks now that I've been working on other stuff, and it's such a frustration. You know, you finish your book and you feel great because it's like, I finished this, but then the real work starts. Are you working on anything today, Jonathan? Writing with us? So for anyone who is new here, creative, yeah, like 288 is great. You're doing fine. So for anyone who is new here, we do 4 sprints and then a final sprint where I put magic words up on the screen and you can use them in your writing. It's just a suggestion. Reading at the moment. Nice. Ooh, and we have a spam bot. Cool. Hello, spam bot. Time to get rid of that. It's been a while since I saw one of those. I don't understand what the point is, honestly. We are going to go into our 4th sprint and then do a little review and do our longer final sprint. We'll probably end a little bit past 3 today, but that's all right. It's Saturday. I have time. Also, I think it's probably time for me to ditch this corset. It's one of those things that you have to get used to again in small sessions. Otherwise, you will be in pain. Trying to get the mind to function well enough to write. I feel that. I think I leapt into it too soon, just given how tired I was and how early I was up. There's a lot of time left in the day, and it's earlier where you are, so... Reset our timer. Come on, you gonna reset? You gonna listen to me? Sometimes this timer doesn't like to listen to me. There we go. So this is gonna be our last shorter sprint session. I think I'm just looking at my times here. For a sprint. Ugh, man. I'm tired. I'm tired. Thank you for bearing with me today, guys. This is not my finest moment. Anyhow, let's just hop into another sprint and maybe I will liven up a bit at that point. Time's up. I finished my synopsis notes. Making progress, even though my brain feels like soup. And I started on my actual synopsis and have laid out the first 3 chapters. I have to keep them all, like I've divided it all, and I have to do 9 chapters per page. It's okay so far, but it's just the intro of the book, so we'll see how that goes as I progress. It's terrifying. How's everyone else doing? Are we still waking up, coming into the land of the living? I find this happens a lot with me on Saturdays when I do this, even if I haven't been up like way too early. This is like my my warm-up, and then I can actually write, which I tend to do on my Discord server, by the way. If you have not joined, you should. We sprint there throughout the week, and it's a really nice community. Everyone there is very kind and creative and supportive. And hey, I think that's how a lot of us feel about our work for sure. Listening to my story again, I'm pleased with it as a whole, but I wouldn't say that like every single page I listen to I think is brilliant by any stretch of the imagination. And I probably will never create anything that I think that with, because that's just the nature of the artist, right? If we weren't critical of everything that we did, we would not keep trying to progress with it. So I take that as a good thing. So I'm going to put our magic words up. I just named them that in the notes of my my streaming software, so that's what I wind up calling them. Honestly, they're just words that some people might not know that are like less used on a day-to-day basis. So today we have bequeath, which is to pass or leave to someone else, pass on. Alcazar is a Moorish castle or palace in Spain or Portugal. Argute, I might be saying that wrong, that's not a word I've actually used before, means you are characterized by shrewdness. And finally, bruxism is the unconscious grinding or clenching of teeth. And this one I know because I used to have rats. I would still have rats if I could, but I'm allergic to them. They're the only thing I'm allergic to. It's terrible because I love them so, so much. And rats, they brux their teeth. So I knew it from there. Hello, Charlie. How's it going? We're about to head into our final longer sprint, so it's going to be half an hour. And I've got these little words up on the screen here. If you would like to use them in your writing, feel free to. Or if you're just free writing and not working on a particular project, you can pick one or all of them and see what you come up with for this final little sprint. Character notes. Cool. Cool. Yeah, it is really hard to look in on your own work and not feel connected to it. I think I've said this before, but when I'm in the midst of writing and trying to read back and like listen back to things, it helps to have it read out loud, but it still doesn't matter. It's still like, it feels too much like a part of me. I can't separate myself from it and analyze it at all, but it helps to let it sit. I let this one sit like a year, I guess, or maybe, no, not a year, like 6 months. I let it sit for about 6 months and that helped. And now I can go, okay, here's some points that I like because it doesn't really feel like my own anymore. Oh, first time. Thank you so much for joining. I'm a little out of it today because I got up too early and I'm back on energy drinks on the weekends. I had taken a long break. And I'm doing waist training to get back into wearing corsets again, so it's a day. Usually I'm a bit less out of it, but I hope you enjoy the sprinting session, and I do these every week. I also do them during the week on Discord, and it's a lot of fun. You used to be allergic to cats. Oh, did you do the injections? Because I have a friend whose partner is obsessed with cats, but she's allergic to cats, and they both really want her to get on the injection so that they can have a cat. It does suck because I usually have cats around my apartment and she can't stay too long here. I don't know what I would do if I was allergic to cats. I guess get the injections, but I would be really upset, like even more upset than I am with rats. Oh yeah, and for anyone who wants to join the Discord, I think I have it linked in the description, but if I don't, I'll link it again in the chat before I go. Acupuncture. Okay, you have to tell me about that. You have to tell me more about that. I don't know, DM me or something, let me know. I want to pass it on to my friend. For now, it's 2:31, so we should get into our final sprint. Feel free to use the words. I know they might appear kind of small, especially if you're on your phone, so I'll paste them in the comments as well. Oh, you've never met someone allergic to rats? Yeah, and I probably would have never found out if I hadn't adopted them, but it's the, like with animal allergies, it's either the dander or their like saliva and urine, and with me it's their saliva and urine, so it really sucked, and I didn't notice it at first, but then I'd have them crawling on my hands and I'd get hives, and then I couldn't breathe that well, and I had 3 of them, but I'm I I love them, and I am really devoted to the animals that I adopt, so I kept them. But then when they passed away, I didn't get any more. Although from time to time, I still will say, I'm gonna get more rats, I'm gonna get more rats. And then my mom, who is living with me at the moment, she's like, no, you're not. You couldn't breathe. I'm like, I don't care, rats. Okay, enough about rats. I'm just going to reset our timer to half an hour. Okay. This is the long one. Let's go. We're done. That is all of our sprints for the day. I hope that all of you got something out of this, some productivity. I actually did eventually. It finally started working properly in that last sprint. I have 1,185 words of my synopsis done. I don't like it, but it's a start. I feel like after the notes, I'm gonna do one rough synopsis draft and then one or two more edits. Because I don't know, like a lot of people say that the synopsis is just like, you know, point by point, listing what happens, doesn't have to be creative. And I know that, like I've edited a lot of people's synopses, but I also want it to sound good. Because when I read it just like laid out like that, it doesn't sound as great. I feel like I can do better, but it's so hard just laying out your story in such a concise fashion, like taking something that's 200 pages and narrowing it down to 3. Ugh. But I think that was generally productive. I hope it was for everyone else. Let me know if you used any of the magic words. I have to research and find some more of those. I've gone through most of the list that I already had. And thank you, Jonathan, for joining the Discord. If anyone else has not yet, I recommend you go and do so. It's a great place to hang out between these weekly sprints that I do. And if you want a highlighted role and access to some channels in there that are not generally available, you can get that through my Patreon, which I have linked in the chat. These things take time, effort, and a pint or two of blood. Indeed. Okay, I'm glad I prepared you for writing, at least. There will be writing today. I'm probably going to keep writing too on Discord, so if anyone wants to hop over there, I'll be hanging out for a bit. Or all afternoon, who knows. But that's it for today on YouTube. Thank you so much to everyone who joined in. I hope you enjoyed. I will be back doing this again next Saturday as always. If you haven't watched my new video that came out on Friday, I highly recommend you go do that. I would appreciate if you did. Thank you in advance. And I'll have another video out next Friday, probably talking about queries. Finally, that's what I was supposed to do in this recent one, but I hadn't got around to enough work to talk about, so maybe next Friday I'll be able to talk about it more. Let's see. Oh, you included the point about Bruxism. Excellent. And rats. Yes. Today was a success then, if I got someone to write about rats. Okay, I'm gonna head out, remove the corset, breathe again, and hop on over to Discord. Thank you, everyone, and have a great Saturday.